Hey, it's that time of the year again where we got to add a bunch of VIP. Donk. Anyone just add a year in advance? Hey, my name is Melt. Welcome back to Tuesday Newsday. I'm still here. Just like everyone else, guys, a lot going on during COVID, and I'll go into why I've been making less videos here at the end, and that should be picking up soon. But let's talk about Tuesday Newsday because there is some stuff I do want to cover. I was jumping into today's event, and I saw that there's a release Shadow Moon, right? Release Shadow Moon event followed by you get stuff for just releasing commanders assemble, right? And NB55 is the gift. Now, NB55 is one of the first S commanders, not very good, but I like to collect the commanders, especially now that you can absorb leadership. You don't have to just keep reabsorbing the commanders once you pump them with mags the old-fashioned way. But also Lady and Beast. And I noticed that it was only 15 tokens. I thought to myself, wait a minute, what if you get 60? Can you just release A-class Lady and Beast? I said, no, you can't do that. There is, sometimes the game developers release a commander and they will be an S commander that never has the opportunity to be A, but we've seen alternate skins for S comms. I think Lady and Beast is one of them that had an A-class skin back when the game was being data mined a couple years ago by the Theory Crafters think tank. But Lady and Beast as 60 medals, does it turn A? The answer is no. But if you do turn it to 90 medals, then you could turn a would-be A commander into an S-class or a natural S-com immediately to S-com. So an A-class commander, you need 480 medals to take it to S-class. With an S-class commander, you only need 90 medals, which goes back to that theory that A-class commanders are generally better than S-class comms. The S-class comms are kind of promotional commanders, but in general, historically, the A-comms have been better. Golem, Rogers, Reinhardt, Dragon Slayer, Stella, Pictor, Hoodoo, they're all the A comms are the best comms, with a few exceptions. Elf, right? Elf is one of them. But anyway, yeah, so if you have 90 tokens, you can release an A-com or an S-com directly to S. So I'll go into my inventory, show that real quick. And I do have other things to talk about. I don't know why I kind of got stuck on that. I'll be talking about the playoffs here in a second. And what else I got written down here? Meme review. I'll just cover meme review now. Meme review is going to be coming back. I don't think it's going to be a weekly installment until things get more settled down here. I'll probably just do it bi-weekly or monthly, depending on how busy the subreddit is. But if you want to submit memes for the Arc of War community, head on over to the Milk How to See the subreddit in the description below. All right, so if you scroll down to Commander Medals, you'll see I have MB55 80 tokens, so I can immediately turn him to S-Class. And then Chief I have 80 of, right, just from these partial events, and then Blader. So if I use the 15 I have on Lady and Beast, you'll see it says insufficient items, but if I go click MB55 and click use, Matt head's in the way, it takes me to MB55 and says release S, so here we go. Boom, just like that. Now I have an S-Class comm without having to go through the 6, 7 levels of A-Class. Anyway, I thought that was kind of interesting. Kind of forgot how that worked. We need to talk about Nick Wang. I've been getting some submissions for Nick Wang. He was the Galactic Battle Season 12 playoff reward. And here's the current standings. I do like doing the live streams of the Galactic Battles. I've been just kind of missing out on it. But we are into the round of 8 now, or 16, excuse me. No, 8, yeah, round of 8. That'll be this week. And that means finals in 2 weeks, maybe 3. There's always a day behind because of the losers match. But we still have, God, man, I'm all over the place, huh? ARG, DZG, NYC, DOM, and then CHN, TFC. 6 of the major guilds, right? And then a couple up-and-comers, right? DKP, Dragon Kill Points, and CBJ. I'm sure there's a story there. I'd love to hear more about it. Hit me up on line or email. You can always get a hold of me on email. That's like, line is like a little less able to get a hold of me because there's just so many chat groups and messages I get there. But email, I pretty much respond to everyone there. So thanks everyone for your concerns and well wishes. But I'm quite good, just quite obligated or caught up in my other obligations. Nick Wang, what's great about him, he's a Walker commander and he has Dragon Slayer's Shockwave ability, but instead of hitting all commanders, Nick Wang only hits the troops with the highest slot. And I have a replay I'm going to show you here in a second. But it's his first skill, 100% chance. If he does damage and kills us, it's just if he does damage, it also does damage the highest slot. And that's amazing, right? That's Dragon Slayer Shockwave, but 1 unit instead. So here it is. This is what it looks like. And thanks to Coolman for sending this in. The gear is not spectacular, but the point is I want to show you. Oh, he has the S-Clom face. Look at that. Isn't that cute? All right. You think in the future they'd stop having these giant, microphones attached to their head, but whatever. Not the greatest gear, but the mechanics is what we want to show you here. See if we can mute that so we don't get any background noise. So it's going to be Tier 5 walkers in slot 1 going against some Tier 2 and Tier 5 in the back. Okay. So Blessing, Sword Skill, Spirit Shield. Sword Skill, no, there it goes. Okay. So it automatically triggers, I think it's sword skill, the first one. But watch, he kills 3,000 units, and then he hits the back row. So he hits for almost 10 million crit. All right, so if it was level 60, it would be 60% of that. I think it's 1%. So he should be doing 60 million or 6 million to the back row, but because it's only level 31, it should be 33 million. Let's see. So it ends up being 1 million. So his sword skill might be level 20. Okay, but point is that it's a tremendous amount of damage, especially if you hit low tier that has low stats. Now, going tier 12, you're not going to hit that hard unless you have like really high penetration. So it has a trade-off. But as a utility commander, this is incredibly valuable, just like Dragon Slayer, if you hit a ranger first. So anyone that's trying to send a one-slot bust at you and then troops in the other slot, he's going to target that highest leadership troop slot and do tremendous amounts of damage. So he's a great ship defender in Galactic Battle or just local server PvP, capital fights even. Whenever there's someone just sending one unit up front, they have to start sending high tier. They can't just do one ranger anymore, which most people don't do anyway because of the Dragon Slayer meta. But honestly, I just haven't been playing the game as much. I'm at a point in my Arc of War career that I've been playing for 4 years, 5 years, that there's not a lot for me to do on the day-to-day, which is, I guess I'll segue into what I've been doing. It's because troops are so expensive, right? There's not a real incentive for me to switch from Ghillie to the new War Machine meta. I think War Machine is going to be a major commander in the meta. I think he's going to play well with tier 12 HP heal troops. We're going to see more of that in the playoffs. Save the replays from the playoffs. Send them in for replay of the week. I'll definitely be covering those, especially when time frees up a little bit. But this commander is the new meta, the tank meta, if you will. Kind of like the tank Stella meta, but I think he's going to be a little better, a little more offensive, hits a little harder, not relying so much on disabling the opponent, where he's just a little more balanced and capable. But in the current meta of the game, there's so many trade-offs, right? Walkers have Hancock and Elf and Pictor. With Full Metal's Steam Cannon mixed in, there's so many options for the way you can play Walker, and same for infantry, right? Ghillie, Stella, War Machine. We're not seeing a lot of, hype about Black Widow yet. Not to say she can't be great. I want to see it. But really, it's Mysterious Warrior and Stella combo with the Disable that, is the backbone of infantry, with the Ghillie damage, and then now War Machine kind of moving up the rear as a tank. Kind of supports standard solid infantry build. And then airships, Rogers is always good, Reinhardt's good. Not as good, I should say, but Dragon Slayer, Vega, these commanders, the black defense build. There's a lot of just different ways to play Arc of War. And if you're like me, and what I'm getting back to is, I have pigeonholed myself all the way down to tier 12 attack troops, right? All my money in this game is tied into this troop type, right? Great Sages, 7,300 is a tremendous amount. Now, I do have 3,300 of the Transcenders, right? It's not a small amount. It's a fair amount. But if I wanted to go and play War Machine full-time, I would have to switch over to Transcenders. I would have to release him to S-Class. And then I'd have to find myself something to get into, right? I'm not a max leadership comm, so I don't know. It just feels like to me, in order to play the game and get back into it the way I used to, I'd be doing a lot of the stuff I've already done. So it's just missing a little incentive maybe, and knowing that it's like ridiculously expensive to change what I'm doing. $500 to $5,000 expensive. So just haven't been driven. The ambition, the passion's not there. Not to say my ambition and passion isn't there for the game. I still think Arc of War is one of the craziest games. I love seeing the history and how the game develops, and that's something I'm more interested in documenting, and that's why I'll be getting back into the playoffs and streaming and stuff when time frees up. But I am doing well, and everything's going good. I've just had Arc of War on the back burners, but it's still here. So that being said, if you're a patron of the channel, I have shipped out all the outstanding mugs. I did get a repeat shipment of the mugs we were using. That's still available. The mouse pads are almost all gone. So if you're a 3-month patron or more, you should have received a mouse pad by now. And once those stocks expire, I may reprint a new one, maybe the Zenith Series 10. I don't know quite know. I haven't really explored it just as much as I've been not exploring the rest of the game. But that's just me being honest. I just like the transparency. I don't want to bring in personal drama or money, and none of that's related to the game. And of course, that's a reason for a lot of stuff. But that's no one else's concern, right? That's something I got to deal with, just like you got to deal with your own problems. But at the end of the day, ultimately, health is good, mental health is good, time is good, family's good. Just kind of at a weird period in life. 2020 was a kick in the balls. 2021 is going to be weird too. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and staying tuned and worrying about me in the game. And we're here. We're good. Everything's going to be just fine. All right, that's it. Let's wrap it up. My name's Melt. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.